नमस्कार, आप सभी का स्वागत है। मैं हूं राहुल और आप देख रहे हैं eVidya चैनल्स और NCERT का ऑफिशियल यूट्यूब चैनल। This is the time when we bring you the live telecast of webinar in which we talk about ICT tools and the explorer of ICT professional teachers. And today we are going to discuss the journey of a national ICT awardee. Would like to begin this session with the message of G20. We are proud that India assumed the G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leader Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation deeply committed to the democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in the history as it seeks to play an important role by finding the pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all, and in doing so manifest the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or the world is one family. So with this positive message, would like to begin this session. You can also be a part of this live interactive session. If you have any questions or queries, you may please dial 8800440559, or you may also contact us with the email ID of this specific session, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. So I would like to invite on screen and introduce today's teacher, जिनके बारे में हम जानने वाले हैं. Miss Bijal Damani, she is the PGT Commerce in SN Kansagra School, Rajkot, Gujarat. Miss Bijal, namaskar and a very warm welcome in the session.
Namaste sir, namaste everyone.
Good to have you here, and I'm sure बहुत सारे ICT awardee teachers की जर्नी को मैंने जाना सुना, and I'm sure आपकी भी जर्नी उतनी ही exciting, उतनी ही मुश्किलों से भरी हुई, और आपने कैसे रास्ता बनाया होगा उन मुश्किलों में, इन सब से भरी हुई होगी. तो मैं उत्सुक हूँ जानने के लिए. Please, so now it's all yours.
Okay, thank you so much sir. And first of all, I would like to start by thanking NCERT for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my journey as an educator with the rest of the world. To tell you very frankly, when I finished with my MBA in marketing, I was never inclined to become an educator. I started my journey as a marketing manager with a .com company, and when I was working as a marketing manager, I just realized that there is gap between what we learn in school vis-a-vis what is there in the am I visible? Okay, all right. So there is a vast gap between what is what we teach in classroom and what industry expects. And when I realized that, I had taken this particular bold decision of leaving my corporate career and joining school as a school teacher. And believe me, there is not a single day in my life that I have regretted this decision, because I know that I can make a difference, I can impact, I can simply find the gap and I can fill the gap. So when something like that happened, I have been teaching for 24 years, and I have been teaching various subjects. I started by teaching technology. I moved on to teaching languages. And ultimately, I simply started teaching economics and commerce, the subjects that are very, very close to my heart. Now, when you are doing this, we simply understand, as we go into the classroom, we simply understand that what we are teaching to the students, sometimes we are so focused on the content of the syllabus of the subject that we forget to give the context of what we are teaching to the students. For simple example, if I am teaching mathematics, or else if I am teaching economics and I am teaching them about demand and supply, of course I will be teaching something that is there given in the textbook, but we always forget to simply give the real life context, and that is where the magic lies. We have to teach students with the context rather than focusing more on the content. And that is what I have been doing all this year. I have been teaching for the purpose. There is always a purpose at the end of what you are doing. And when you teach that way, that teaching stays with students forever. Now, the same way, if we are talking about technology in education, unfortunately, many teachers feel that we have to use the technology just for the sake of using it in the technology. I have seen so many teachers, they will be converting their textbooks into PowerPoint presentations, and instead of students reading like this, now students are now watching on the screen. Now that is not the use of technology. Just the way I talked about education, even technology has to be context based. There has to be some output at the end of it. There has to be some purpose at the end of it. If we are simply involving technology with that context, I think it will have a better usage. That is what I have been feeling all this while, and that is what I have been practicing all this while. So I believe that technology, whatever technology that we are using, it should make us better teachers so far as the content delivery is concerned, so far as content creation is concerned, so far as the project deliveries are concerned, so far as assessment of children is concerned. So if technology is used in such meaningful manner, I think we will do much better as teachers, because this is the powerful tool which is given in our hands, and if used appropriately, we can do wonders with students. Now today I'm going to be sharing a couple of my projects which I have been doing for the last so many years, and the impact and the way I have been including technology into this particular projects. Now I have been the teacher of commerce for the last 18 years, and unfortunately I just realized that other subjects, like subjects like sciences, they have practicals. Subjects like arts, they have practicals, but commerce, which is the most practical subject, that is the subject which does not have any practicals at all. And when I realized that, I simply thought that I will have to bring about some innovation into this area, and that is how my social entrepreneurship project Galaxy Bazaar came into the being. There is an interesting story behind how I started the project Galaxy Bazaar. In the year 2005, when 28 bunch of energetic students were given to me, I just realized that these students had a lot of behavioral issues. There were many teachers who had resigned because of that. There were many disruptions in the class, behavioral issues in the class, and school was not very happy with what was happening with those bunch of 28 young energetic children. When I was given the class teachership, and I started teaching commerce to them, I just realized that they are the bunch of energetic students who need to be taught differently. Commerce, being a practical subject, cannot be taught within the four walls of the classroom. And once I had that realization, Project Galaxy Bazaar came into being. Now, what do we do in Project Galaxy Bazaar? In Project Galaxy Bazaar, we convert our entire school into a bazaar. There are more than 280 shops, stalls that are available, and we are selling from everything, the smallest thing to the biggest, any festive related goods students are selling. The best part about this is that we have not only the shops, it is an entire, we have Galaxy Bazaar before Diwali, and that is why it is an entire festive related bazaar, wherein we have the game zone, where we have the food zone, where we have different kind of entertainment, etc., etc. The best part about bazaar is that this bazaar is totally driven by students. Of course, I will be guiding them with whatever the things that needs to be done, but they are the ones who are creating the teams, assuming leadership positions. They are the ones who are coordinating, communicating, and of course, dealing with the outside world. Every single thing is being done by the students. So this is a very, very powerful, experience for students. Not only that, they are the ones, during bazaar, they actually understand, and whatever that they have learned within classroom in subjects, this is something that comes into the play, in the sense, they are just doing practicals of everything that they have done within the different subjects. I'll give you a very simple example that they learn demand and supply in within economics. Now over here they will have to simply see that what will be the demand and how they should be stocking their goods, and accordingly they will be adjusting the supply. They will be learning about real time marketing, how to attract, because Galaxy Bazaar is not only open to the school, we are open even to the citizens of Rajkot, and that is why they will have to simply see that how they can market this entire event so that more and more people simply come and visit the event. They also do all the accounting, real time accounting, to arrive at the net profit. They also need to understand the laws, if there are any changes in the taxation, this that they need to know about taxation, they need to know about the laws of the country. They also learn about languages, the spoken as well as the written, because they write a lot of emails to the suppliers, to the sponsors. They are actually writing the formal emails, talking to the suppliers, manufacturers, etc., etc. They also master the subject of psychology, because consumer psychology is something they need to understand in order to this particular event becoming successful. They have to be aware about current affairs, like even they need to be aware about the weather predictions, they need to be aware about the market trends. They also need to know how to do the research, market research, in order to make this particular event a successful one. So as you can see that this particular event is integrating everything, so many subjects into this particular event. Not only that, it is also integrating lot of technology in a very very subtle manner, because when you are doing accounting, automatically you are learning that what are the options, do I have to learn Excel, or are there any software, is there anything that I need to be learning. When they are designing for marketing, they will be simply using lot of designing tools. They might be they might be creating videos, they might be creating PowerPoint presentations, they might be targeting the radio advertisement, etc., etc. So as you can see that over here they are exploring the subjects, they are exploring the technology with an end in mind. There is a purpose, and this purpose is connected with real life, and that is how students find purpose in whatever that they are doing. Now, Galaxy Bazaar is something that we run for 3 days before Diwali, and I have been running this project since the year 2005. Uh, After the bazaar gets over and we finish our accounting, we always come up with the profits. There is always a surplus, there is always profit that is there. We simply have a certain surplus amount. The question is that what should we be doing so far as these profits are concerned. Once again, we have taken that as an opportunity to teach social emotional learning and empathy. All the profits that are earned during Galaxy Bazaar are all donated to support the education of the underprivileged children in the community. And I'm so glad to share with everyone that so far during the last 15 years, we have managed to earn and donate rupees 1 crore 50 lakh rupees to support the education of the children who otherwise will not be getting the opportunity for education. Right. Now, not only that, we also have been supporting these children by establishing the labs, the computer labs for them, because we believe that the technological gap is the one which is leading to this economic gap between students. The student from the well-off family who can afford to have a laptop or a smartphone vis-a-vis somebody who does not have any access to such technology. I believe that this technological gap is something that is leading to the economic gap in future, and that is why we also establish the ICT labs with 20 computers, a smart TV, internet connection, and a dedicated tutor to teach them the ICT related skills. So as you can see that this is the project which is connected with real life. There are real problems. There are real real challenges. It is a real business, real money, real donation, and we are able to impact two sets of students. My students are the ones who are learning the skills, they are getting the knowledge, they are getting the experience, and at the same time they are able to help the ones who are lesser privileged than them, and simply help in bridging the gap, the technological and opportunity gap between the students. So this is something that have been happening with Galaxy Bazaar, and we have been doing it for almost 15 years now. Because of COVID, in the last 2 years, we have not done that, but Galaxy Bazaar is something that has been converted into a case study, and there are so many MBA colleges in India who are using this case study to simply learn about the social entrepreneurship, about the social entrepreneurship in schools. Let me move on to my second project. My second project is known as Innovative Product and Marketing Competition, and we also know them as the TGS Innovation Hackathons. Now, once again, what is the objective in mind so far as this is concerned? I have simply realized that in India so far, I'm talking about before NEP was introduced. There were the subjects which students take up are very tightly compartmentalized. Like somebody who has taken up commerce will be studying subjects like economics and accounting and business, etc., etc. Somebody who has taken up science will be learning all the sciences and maths, etc., etc. Somebody who has taken up humanities will be focusing more on designing, economics, etc., etc. Now, if you look at the real picture of life, if you want to be successful in life, you need to have a bit of all three. You need to have the knowledge of sciences. You need to have the knowledge of business as to how to convert these scientific discoveries into profitable businesses, and you also need to have the design thinking knowledge. So keeping all these requirements in mind, what I did was, in this particular competition, we have integrated all these components along with the language, technology, and 21st century skills to give the holistic development for students, irrespective of which what subject that particular person is specializing in. So, that is what IPM does. Now, in IPM, if I have to look at it, what students do is, I believe, innovation is a very important skill for any student to acquire. And if you look at it like, in IPM, what we encourage students to do is, they need to look around their own, circle. They have to look around their own area. They will have to look for some problem, something that is not working. It can be at the school level, it can be at their individual houses, it can be within their society or locality, or it can be on a bigger level, at the national level. So they will have to, they have to identify a problem which is real, and they will have to find a solution, brainstorm and find a workable doable solution for that particular problem in form of a product. And this is how they simply work on the innovative product. Now as I mentioned, that there is an end in mind. This is a purposeful education. Now over here, if the student has come up with one particular product idea or a solution, they know that now they will have to seek certain knowledges in order to fulfill that particular idea. So sometimes they do learn coding because they want to develop an app. Sometimes they do learn product designing. They also learn a little bit of engineering. Now these are all commerce students, but as you can see that they are focusing on, they are learning certain knowledge or acquiring certain skills because they have a purpose. They want to do something, and that is why they are acquiring this knowledge and skills to fulfill that particular commitment of theirs. Now not only that, they make that particular product, viable product, using the design thinking principles. They are supposed to be making two other things. One is they have to make the business canvas or business plans, because any innovation which cannot be converted into a marketable product probably may not have that much of impact on the society. And that is why they have to create a business model or a business plan for that particular innovation. Not only that, they also create a marketing plan as to how they will be marketing this particular product. So over here they make newspaper and magazine advertisements. Not only that, they also make radio jingles. They also create television advertisements. Now they also create the website. Not only that, they also create the social media marketing plan. Now think about it, this is so powerful, because now if I have to create, let's say suppose a television advertisement, there are so many things that I will learn in that process, right from script writing to identifying the kind of location where you would like to shoot, to the photography, to the lighting, to everything, to how to edit these videos, how to make it better. All these skills are directly or indirectly are being taught, but as I said, with an end in mind. They know that they would like to create an advertisement for their own product, for their own innovation, and that is what makes it very, very, very powerful. So students will be creating all this, and they will be submitting it online. And not only that, they are the ones who will be presenting about their innovation in front of the panel of judges, who are representatives of various fields. Somebody is from the industry, so they have the technical manufacturing knowledge. Somebody is from the advertising, the world of advertising. Somebody who has a very, very technology driven background. Somebody who has been a teacher, and their focus is more on body language, etc., etc. So as you can see that students are using the technology not for the sake of it. They are not creating anything without a purpose. So there is an end in mind, and they are using their innovation and technology for creating something that is something that is very, very meaningful, something that is very close to their heart. I'm very happy to share that many of these students, they have been competing at the state and the national level, and they have been winning all the startup competitions and innovation competitions. Like there are UNICEF innovation competition which takes place every year. My students have been winning for the last 4 or 5 years. There is from the government of Gujarat, there are many innovations, many they are encouraging students for coming up with innovative products under the scheme of SIPP. But when my students have been winning 50,000 rupees, they are getting this support to take their innovation further. What This is so powerful. If you look at this, this is something when they are going to the college, they already have something, the seeds of the innovation, the seeds of the startup are already with them when they are going to the college. So, as the technology is being used for creation, for meaningful, purposeful activities. Now, I believe that innovation is a state of mind, and I have seen my students, those who have been through this particular process, they continue to look at things very differently. Usually, whenever people, especially the teenagers, whenever they see something not working, they start getting anxious, or they start believing that this is problematic. Oh no, this is not working. But students who have been through this particular process are the ones who start looking at problems very differently, because I believe innovation is a state of mind. Once an innovator, always an innovator. The moment you will spot a problem, you will not curse the problem, but you will start with the solution, to simply solve the problem. I think what a powerful bunch of citizens we will have if everybody is thinking about innovations to simply take care of the problems that we see around us. Very, very powerful projects, which focuses more on the skill development, knowledge development, and the mindset development. All right, let's move on to the next project, that is student e-portfolios. Now, we know that very well that the usual assessment that we have in school is tests. But at the same time, the problem with the test is that it doesn't give you second chance until unless you are being tested again. Like you will have to wait for the next test to come. Now, what we have done is that especially for grade 11, we have kept 20 marks aside for students to develop their electronic portfolio. Now, this is the portfolio where all the activities that the student does across the year, the student will simply be reflecting upon these activities and will simply be thinking about what their learnings are. So students do get a chance to simply revisit, any of their tasks, and they can make it better. They have an entire year to work on their activities and projects, and they will simply be, they are not competing with anybody else. They're competing only with themselves, just to see that can they come up with something better than what they had initially started with. So, students across the year, they will simply be working on their electronic portfolios, various activities, and they will continue to develop, continue to make changes in these activities, and in the end they will be submitting, end of the year they will be submitting entire e-portfolios, and they will be assessed on the basis of that. Now, once again, this is a use of technology. This is a way of using the technology which empowers the students. Over here we are not talking about that just one time assessment and you are getting the marks. We are giving students an opportunity to kind of revisit their work and give their best at the end of the year. Once again, it has a very good impact on students, because they know that what I'm doing right now is not the end of it. I will be able to make changes into it whenever I can. Not only that, because I teach grade 11 and 12 students, so these portfolios are so powerful that they use these portfolios to submit their work, to showcase their work to the college authorities, or later on for whenever they go out for job, to the employers, etc., etc. I'll give you a very simple example that when I go for job, if I'm creating my CV, it is a simple CV, simple resume, wherein I'm simply mentioning things that I had taken part in Galaxy Bazaar. Now, imagine, instead of this, in your e-portfolio, there are pictures, there are videos, there are, the work that you have done. Every single thing is at one particular place, in a centralized place. It works as a repository, and employer will, get to know you better, as to what you have done. So electronic portfolios also help students a lot in growing, not only across 11th and 12th, but across, like, they continue to, continue to build their electronic portfolios even when they are in college, and even when, they are out for employment. It's a very, very good start for students, something, a habit which they carry with them when they go out into the world. Now let's move on to the next project which I usually do with my students. We call it virtual investment portfolio. Nowadays, what happens is that many students are not financially literate, even though as like, I teach commerce, but we know that very well, that, there are, let's say we have a chapter on stock exchange in our textbook, and that particular chapter is hardly, 10-page chapter, and believe me, everything that is there in theory, but we note that very well, that being part of stock exchange is something that requires a lot of research and developmental skills. You need to be aware of what is happening around in the world, and how it will be impacting the stock prices, etc., etc. This are students, and we know that they will not be able to be part of stock exchange before they turn 18, and that is why we use this particular online platform DSIJ for simply teaching virtual investment to our students. Now what happens in this particular project? At the beginning of the year, all the students are given virtual 10 lakhs of rupees, and then with the help of this 10 lakhs of rupees, students will continue to buy and sell shares. This particular platform is connected with the real stock market, so the ups and downs which are there in the real stock market will be reflected onto this platform as well. So they will simply be taking certain decisions to buy certain shares and to sell certain shares. We review this buying and selling at the end of every month. Every month we will simply see that, whether they are in profits or they are in loss.
Okay.
And we analyze it, that, why if somebody is in losses, why losses, like what was the difference in strategy that has led to the loss for one and profit for another one. So we do that across the year, and at the end of the year we simply see whether, because everybody had started with together with 10 lakh of rupees as their capital, and at the same time, and we simply see that at the end of the year, one person with 10 lakh of rupees has made, let's say 25 lakhs out of it, and somebody might have lost, everything and must be at 2 lakhs of rupees. So this is a very good way of teaching students as to, how to strategize, and later on when they are adults, how investment can be done, what are the things that can be kept in mind, and how to go about, investing in stock market. So, projects like this are using technology for using the platform like DSIJ, or, they are the ones who are kind of, marketing, doing the research, and they're, going on to various sites and seeing the profile of the companies, etc., etc. Once again, I'm repeating that, all the projects that I have taken up with my students are context based. There is a context, there is an end product to it, and that is why, the students are using the technology, students are doing the research and development, the students are doing whatever that they are doing. There is a context to that, and that is what motivates students to kind of do better. Now, I also run entrepreneurship think tank bootcamp 101 for students of grade 3 to 12. This particular boot camp is an integration of entrepreneurship skills, design thinking skills, and the use of AI tools, artificial intelligence
Intelligence.
tools, to make yourself a better business person. Somebody who is a futuristic business person. I believe that it is important. Now, see, teaching students artificial intelligence tools without anything, like there are so many tools out there, but we will, as I said, once again, we will have to give them the context that these tools, how these tools will be useful if you are planning to become an entrepreneur in the future. So that is what is on right now during the summer. We are targeting right from grade 3 to grade 12, right? And so this is something, it's more like a summer activity, a summer camp for students, and we have been kind of working on that, and students are loving it, right? So another project that I would love to talk about is that I believe communication is one of the biggest skills. Like it's one of the most important skills which everybody needs, be it student, be
Right.
it a teacher, be it a business person, a lawyer, marketer, anyone.
Agreed. Agreed.
Gee. So we need to once again develop the communication skills in students, and for that matter I run this particular TED Student Talks Club for my students of my school, starting from grade 5 to grade 12, for the simple reason that we want students to we want to give voice to students. Like if they have something to say, they should know that they have the world as their platform, and they should be able to say that with confidence. And we use lot of AI tools in this process as well.
Okay.
It is important to teach students to kind of use the AI tools, and at the same time maintain their own creativity, maintain their own the originality of their thought when they are coming up with their speeches and etc etc. So there are so many students who are very very afraid of public speaking. We use lot of AR VR tools to simply make sure that they are no longer afraid of public speaking, and they go on the stage and give their actual TED student talk. So activities like this which are connected with real life always help students with it motivates them to do better. That is what I believe. Another project which we have taken up with the younger students is for the global citizenship. I believe that it is very very important that apart from the IQ and EQ and SQ, the new one is the CQ, that is cultural quotient. It is very very important for these children to be the global citizens, because when they will go into the job market, they will be kind of dealing with people from different cultures.
Right.
And in order to be successful in such a diverse group, you need to develop certain qualities.
Right.
Like you need to appreciate the similarities that we have in our culture, and at the same time we need to appreciate the differences that we have in our culture.
Right.
So we use a program called Empatico to connect our students to students from different countries. Like in a year we connect them to nearly 20 countries, and that is where a lot of cultural exchange happens between students. They understand the differences in their culture. They also ask questions, because these are children, and very innocently and very openly they discuss about everything, something that we adults cannot do. So they will be discussing about everything, and this is something that becomes very very powerful. I will give you a simple example that we have taught Gujarati Garba to I think the students across nearly 15 to 16 countries.
Wow.
And it is so amazing to see these kids dance
Yes.
to Gujarati Garbas.
Right.
And our students on the other end are learning their form of dances. And when this collaboration happens, when this exchange happens, this definitely brings a lot of the global awareness and citizenship to the students.
Right.
So once again, using the technology with a purpose wherein you are simply doing something for learning or for imbibing those values. Right now, after my the award, the ICT award, I have been very before I received my ICT national award in the year 2012.
Oh.
And I was very lucky to already be associated with some of the global educational organizations.
Okay.
And working with them and kind of sharing my knowledge with them, learning from them. In the year 2009, I was the first Indian teacher to be awarded ASCD's Outstanding Young Educator Award. ASCD is an organization in United States, but it is a global organization of network of teachers
Okay.
spanning almost all the countries in the world.
Okay.
So I was the first Indian teacher. In fact, I'm still the only Indian teacher to have received this award.
Wow.
And I was very fortunate, to kind of share my work with the globe,
Great,
with
great.
everybody.
Okay.
Similarly-
Actually, Ms. Damani, I just wanted to remind you that you have hardly 5-6 minutes because I'm very lucky, to have this session I get as a host. But समय की अपनी सीमाएं हैं, अपने बंधन है, तो मुझे कुछ सवाल भी पूछने हैं आपसे जो मुझे मिल रहे हैं. So I request you to please wrap it up in 3-4 minutes, please.
Right, sure, sir.
Please.
Sure. So, I after that, I have been associated with ISTE, and I have been awarded the HP Innovator, award with $40,000 as the prize money. I have been associated with the Microsoft as an MIE. I've been Microsoft Fellow. I've been the global winner. I was very fortunate to represent my country and bring home the laurels, in one of the global forums, Microsoft Global Forums. I was also fortunate to simply get my Google Certified Innovator certificate right from the headquarters of Google at the United States, and I was the first Indian to kind of receive this honor. I was also fortunate to be featured on the front page of the ISTE's magazine, learning and leading with technology. I was also fortunate to be presenting at the Wharton University's Reimagine Education Conference, and I have been on their judging panel since then. One more thing one opportunity which actually brought many opportunities to me is I was shortlisted for the Global Teacher Prize, which is a $1 million award for the teachers across the world.
Okay.
So I was part of the top 50 in their first year, their inaugurating year. Year 2014, I received my National Award for Education as well. So very fortunate to be having 2 national awards with me, one for ICT, another one for education.
Okay, right.
Very fortunate to be speaking at 2 TEDx's as well, and that once again is a platform where I could connect with the like-minded people and share my story.
Right.
I have been influencing the global education scenario. I have been I've been fortunate to be talking to many ministers across the world. Ministry of Education in UAE, I got to meet the ex-Prime Minister of UK. I've been meeting the ex-Prime Minister of Australia, etc., etc. I believe that with internet or with technology, with technology in our hand, we, no matter where we are geographically, I believe the world is our playground. If we have technology, if you know the correct use of technology,
Right.
we will be able to reach out to the entire world. There are no limitations. I may belong to what you can say, a tier 3 city, but I have the equal opportunities for growth and development as somebody who is there, sitting there in United States or any other country.
Right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Agreed. And I just hope that time has no limitations, time has no boundaries, so that I can listen you all the time. It was really wonderful, to connect with you. And हमारे पास कुछ और भी एग्जाम्पल हैं, जस्ट लाइक यू. हमारे पास अमित मेहता भी हैं, जो कि हिमाचल से ही हैं, एंड ही ऑल्सो लेफ्ट द जॉब व्हेन ही वाज इन लंदन. As you rightly mentioned that you being a marketing guru turned to a teacher. ये उस सवाल मैंने उनसे भी पूछा था, एंड मैं आपसे भी पूछना चाहूँगा कि what was the reaction, the people around you, like your family, your close friends, कि क्या करने जा रहे हो, you're doing a job, you did MBA, why why are you going to be a teacher? So क्या उनका reaction था?
Honestly speaking, they were shocked.
Okay.
Because they really believe that जब MBA किया है तो obviously corporate career में ही आप जाओगे. And जब everything is set, like you have a nice salary, and you know that there is a system wherein within 5 or 6 years you will be going up the ladders, up the steps
Right.
of the growth within the career, the corporate culture. It was very shocking, especially for my friends. And they were like, क्या कर रहे हो? Are you sure this is what you want to be doing?
Right.
Because I joined the school as a computer teacher, and I was used to teach grade 1 to 12 because I wanted to get hang of what education is all about.
Right.
And my parents were very supportive. Like, they simply said that, are you sure this is what you want to be doing? And I explained it to them कि भाई एक मार्केटिंग में अगर मेरा कैरियर रहा तो I will be doing good within only one aspect.
Right.
But अगर मैं टीचर बनी तो I will be able to kind of influence, I think, thousands of future marketeers or thousands of future entrepreneurs.
Right.
And that is the scaling up, and they were very supportive. They simply said that do what your heart says, and always supported me.
अग्रीड. और यहाँ पर मैं ये भी जोड़ना चाहूँगा कि जैसा आपने कहा कि आप अपने बच्चों को जो है वर्चुअल मनी देती हैं, सो दैट दे में अंडरस्टैंड स्टॉक मार्केट, दे में अंडरस्टैंड द शेयर्स, सेलिंग, बाइंग, प्रॉफिट, लॉस. इट मींस जो भारत हमारा एक कह सकते हैं कि प्राचीनतम व्यापार का केंद्र था, आप वो शायद लौटाने का प्रयास फिर से कर रही हैं. आप कल्चरली बच्चों को बहुत ज़्यादा साउंड कर रही हैं, यानी आप एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत कर रही हैं. और आप उन्हें कहीं ना कहीं, जैसे आपने गैलेक्सी बाजार का जिक्र किया, तो मैं यहाँ ये जोड़ना चाहूँगा कि आप आत्मनिर्भर भारत बनाना चाहती हैं, प्रयास आपके उसी ओर है. तो मुझे लगता है कि आप कंप्लीट सोल्यूशन है फॉर ऑल आवर प्रॉब्लम्स. मुझे ऐसा लगता है, ऐसा कहना चाहिए मुझे आपको. मुझे बहुत गर्व महसूस हो रहा है कि मैंने ये शो होस्ट किया आपके लिए ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ NCERT. मैं पूरी टीम की ओर से आपको ढेर सारी बधाई देता हूँ और ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं भी देता हूँ. जो आपके फ्यूचर प्लान्स होंगे, जो भी आपके और सपने होंगे, मुझे लगता है, और शिक्षा से ही जुड़े हुए होंगे संभवतः, जब आपने अपना इतना ग्लोरियस करियर छोड़ा, तो जाहिर सी बात है कि जो आपके फ्यूचर प्लान्स होंगे वो भी देश हित में ही होंगे. जो हमारी युवा शक्ति है उनके लिए होंगे, आने वाली जनरेशन है उनके लिए होंगे. मिस दमानी, आप हमारे साथ जुड़ी, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत आभार. 1 मिनट अभी भी है मेरे पास. व्हाट यू वुड लाइक टू शेयर एज अ कंक्लूजन फॉर ऑल द स्टेक होल्डर्स ऑफ दिस सेशन?
Okay, a simple thing, like I think I would like to give message to all the teachers out there. जब भी I think जब भी हम टीचिंग में आते हैं तो sometimes we are overwhelmed by the lack of timing, and we have the syllabus pressure and examination pressure. I believe that government has taken this initiative with NEP to simply move to the rote learning to the practical learning. इसके लिए सबसे पहले टीचर्स को अपना रवैया बदलना पड़ेगा, अपना माइंडसेट बदलना पड़ेगा, wherein we are encouraging our students and we are not kind of measuring the success of the students by simply marks.
Right.
Understand the uniqueness of the child and encourage that person to be the best version of himself or herself.
Right. और इसके साथ साथ स्कूलों के लिए भी मैं कहूँगा, जैसे आपने कहा कि हर बच्चे की अपनी यूनिकनेस होती है। स्कूल्स भी ये कोशिश करें कि वो बच्चे का पोटेंशियल जाने और अपने स्कूल को ऐसे मार्केट ना करें। आप खुद एक मार्केटिंग गुरु हैं, आप जानती हैं कि व्हाट नाउ ऑलवेज स्कूल्स आर डूइंग टू सेल द सीट्स इन देयर स्कूल्स, कि कैसे बच्चे अट्रैक्ट हों। तो उनके लिए क्या कहना चाहेंगी सो दैट दे मे गेट द राइट ट्रैक?
Sir, simple thing that every child is unique.
Right.
Everybody might not be a 98%er, but even somebody who is a 42%er has certain uniqueness. There are certain unique traits in that person. So, as teacher or as school administrator, अपना job वही है कि जो बच्चा जहाँ है, जैसे है, let us make the best version of that particular person.
Great.
And help him simply grow in life.
Perfectly fine. Thank you very much. आप हमारे साथ जुड़ी, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत आभार। एंड आई एम ओवरवेल्म्ड। एक बार फिर NCERT की पूरी टीम की ओर से, CIET की टीम की ओर से आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत आभार और बहुत ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं।
थैंक यू सो मच।
हमारा ये वेबिनार का सेशन हम यहाँ समाप्त करेंगे और टेक्स्ट बुक्स से जुड़ा हुआ एक अनाउंसमेंट भी है मेरे पास, which I would like to share with you all. NCERT's textbooks for 2023-2024 are available throughout the country, and these textbooks may be purchased directly from NCERT sales counters located in New Delhi, Ahmedabad, Bengaluru, Kolkata and Guwahati. These sales counters will be functional on all the weekdays including gazetted holidays, Saturdays and Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. You may also place the order for the books online from our website ncertbooks.ncert.gov.in, and these books will be delivered at your doorstep with no delivery fee. And if you want the soft copy of the books in the PDF version, can also be downloaded free from NCERT Diksha ePathshala website and mobile application, and you may also log in to our website ncert.nic.in to know more about the authorized vendors list. So this was the message related to the textbooks. इसी के साथ हम अपना ये वेबिनार का सेशन यहाँ समाप्त करते हैं। थोड़ी ही देर में हाजिर होंगे सहयोग सेशन लेकर, in which we talk about mental wellness and mental well-being of our adolescents. Stay tuned, keep watching. नमस्कार।